Hello, it's day number 144 of my current ongoing backpacking adventure, which has taken me so far from the Philippines onto Borneo, Indonesia, a little bit of Singapore, and now Malaysia. This is a daily vlog where I show you all the cities, the towns that I go to, and highlighting the highs and the low points of long-term backpacking, because most vlogs that you see are all full of shiny, happy people telling you the best things they've ever seen, the best things they've ever eaten. Not me, I'm too honest. So where am I right now? I'm in the historical town of Taiping, and I've been here a couple of days and it's really nice. So the first thing, if you've been following me regularly, you'll notice that I've had a shave. Oh my god. Even the receptionist in the hostel didn't recognise me after I came back down. I've had a haircut. I feel like a new man. And then yeah, I've been doing a bit of administration this morning. Had to get some money from a bank, which took me about 45 minutes to find the right bank that accepted my bank card. I did a little bit of shopping for a razor, and I've been chilling out. But this place here is a bit controversial because of the fact a couple of vlogs ago I put down on the thumbnail and the main title saying this was Malaysia's oldest town, and straight away I got some comments within half an hour of it going up saying no, it's not. Malacca's older, Georgetown is older. So last night I sat down and I spent an hour researching this place, and what I found out was officially, legally, Taiping is Malaysia's oldest town. In 1874 the British declared this a chartered town, which meant they were able to self-govern, and it's a bit like saying rubber stamped to say, yep, you are now a town. Malacca wasn't given a city status until 2003, and Georgetown became a city in 1957 when Her Majesty the Queen II of England granted city status. So officially, even though Malacca and Georgetown and other places have been going longer, this is what I try and work out and get out of here. Jump! They are not as legally as old as this place. End of subject. It's legal. So yesterday I had a wander around the lakes that is further on down, the lake parks, and thought today I would walk around the historical things within the town, and it is so laid out well for doing a tour. Hello. So everywhere you go within the town, you've got a thing that'll tell you where you are, what it is. You've got a map that tells you where everything else is, and then what's nearby. So we're starting here, which is the clock tower, and at the moment it's getting repaired by them guys down there. So it's built in 1881, rebuilt in bricks with 1881, been used as a police station and a fire station. But more importantly, there's questions. What is the significance of the location of the clock tower for Taiping culture town? I haven't got a clue, and I don't want to waste my data, but if you want to find out, you can do. Now, even though this is historical clock tower, and most colonial towns will have one of these, it's just got a modern building behind it directly. and it's right on the main road, so I'm trying not to get knocked over like I usually do. But when you look at it, you think that could not have been used as a fire station, police station maybe. But yeah, I'm going to need to get off this road, so I'm going to have a little wander around, see the rest of the place, and hopefully you'll find this amazing oldest town in Malaysia as fascinating as it is for me. At the moment, Taiping is actually going through an anniversary. It's the 150th year of becoming Malaysia's oldest town, and there is some work being going on to improve the place. Not that it does need much improvement, but here you've got the indoor market, and this was, now I met a guy yesterday, a British guy in the lakes, and we chatted for about half an hour, 45 minutes, about his life of living here for a few decades. And he was telling me that this marketplace, the original was demolished because it needed to be updated for the anniversary year. The council had said it'll be finished to celebrate 150 years of Taiping. It's now December and they're just about finished, and I think they said hello. But more importantly was the market stall holders had asked for the original wood that was made or built from to be incorporated into the new market square, of which the council said no and threw away all this wood. And to make it even worse, where they've put the market now, the market stall holders, according to this guy Ken, are quite happy where they are and not really keen on moving back in. So a bit of a dilemma, and it's good to hear stories like that about towns, cities that I've been to, just to get the real feel for it, not just the touristy end. So this could become an eyesore that's not used unless they start forcing them to come back in. Now for some reason I'm walking in the middle of the road, which I need to get out of. Now Taiping doesn't really have a lot of tourism. In fact, can I get across the road? Yes. Which is a shame because, as I've said, it's got so much history. The people are so friendly, and it's clean-ish. And I'm just going to take you around the corner to see what else is around here. Now at the moment I'm carrying a little bag. I've just spent the morning going around various opticians to try and get some contact lenses, which was proving very difficult. But I've just went past one. I've got contact lenses, I'm happy. So I've come further on down towards the centre, and I'm stood in front of Masjid Melayu, which translates as Malay Mosque, built in 1897 with a Dutch influence, which is unusual for a mosque. And you find that wherever you go in Malaysia, if you get one of these, it's a cultural icon. Now, when you look at the map, as I found out yesterday, there is actually 38 stops that you can go to. And yesterday I did 5 of them. And there's no way I'm going to do the rest of them in this one. So I'm just going to take you through as much as I can. So I think we can go in here. And I just see on that little thing that this is the first burial ground. Right. and there is some prominent figures that's been buried here. Just lots of grass. Obviously I would go in, but too many people staring at me, so that's best to go. Taiping has a lot of firsts within Malaysia. Further on down that way is the railway station, where I arrived 2 days ago, 3 days ago. God, it feels like a lifetime. And then just here is Malaysia's first hospital. You can see the sign there. Now this was built in 1880. It was used by the locals for the tin mining community who were suffering illnesses from down the mine. And most of it was paid by the Chinese merchants in the area. And then the state government took it over in 1880. And this was the first place in Malay and the Far East to perform the first X-ray. All interesting stuff. And the first thing they X-rayed, just to make sure that it worked, was a fish. But even today, it's still classed as one of Malaysia's biggest hospitals. And I would love to have a wander in, but I'm not ill, so I'm not going to bother. But every part of this town, wherever you walk, there is history, there is culture, and there is a lot of murals. Get a bit closer to that one. Now I'm stood next to the mural, and I'm not looking at it because I can hear bagpipes, which is so unusual when you're in Southeast Asia. So I'm going to try and follow. Can you hear it? It could be just a cat screaming. Oh, and it stopped. Sod's law. Damn. Yep, stopped. What's over there? Let's get closer. And it's bagpipes. So Scottish bagpipes and...
This Pakistan is they gonna spoil, so it's something you come and then won't come.
Alright.
You just listen this.
Wow.
If I play another song, can
Yeah, help yourself. Can I come in? Can I come in? No, it's okay. I'll stand here then.
What about you play outside?
Okay. Mate, that was amazing.
Yeah,
well done. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Good luck. Wow. Definitely you don't see something every day. A Scottish bagpipe and a Pakistan bagpipe. Didn't know there was a difference. The other guy didn't want to play because he's not that good. Yeah. But let's go back to the mural. And you can still hear a bit of the bagpipes in the background. They're practicing for something. So this is a memorial to Tekka airfield, which was the first airfield in Southeast Asia, never mind Malaysia. And as it says there, Amelia Aircat landed here to refuel 20th of June in 1937. Learning so much about Taiping, and there it's got on world recognized most sustainable cities on earth. It's not actually a city, it's a town. Do I get a marker out and just change it? I really want to go back to the bagpipes and just watch them. He's obviously still learning. Within the town there is so much food, but one thing I have noticed is there is a lot of bakeries, a lot of bread, and this one claims, hello, the Ipoh bakery since 1918. Oh, please cars. Naughty people. Wow. Criminals? Wow. Oh, I'm in the way. Getting excited about bakeries and convicts. So as I said, a lot of bakeries, a lot of street food. Across the road from the hostel where I'm staying is Hawker's street food, where I went last night. Amazing food. Unfortunately I couldn't do any filming because it was raining and this camera is not waterproof. Now I passed this on the very first day I arrived. I was at a time just after 3 o'clock. Now this is not part of the heritage map, so I'm just going to do a quick Google, find out what it is. So this was built in 2010 as an urban improvement project within the town to add a bit of colour to the place. Now where it is, and it's very colourful, that is the back end of the market area. So I basically have walked all the way around in a little, I was going to say circle, in a square. And this is going towards the lake, and there is a lot more to see. Oops, some fresh fish. Oh, lots of different types. Oh, and you can smell it. I've just realised that with the two guys playing the bagpipes, I never asked their names. Very rude of me. So throughout the town there is various murals on the walls. Oh, I like that. That's an antiques house. It says so on the side. But you've got this one here, which is the landing of HMS Pluto, 20th of January 1874, and that was the start of British colonial rule in the state of Perak, where we are now, and the start of making this Malaysia's oldest town. Oh wow, I do like that. That'll be a part of the indigenous past. Oh, and we'll come. I've not seen one of these for a little while. I seem to be getting sidetracked by bagpipes and convicts. So this is number 26. Where am I now? So yeah, I've gone round here. So 26. What are we looking at now? It is the townhouse, home and office of a Chinese captain, built 1890s. So this must be this building here. So I'm going to have to stand back and give you a good view of it. But what was the rank conferred to Zheng Genghui by the Manchu Imperial government? Right, get your Google Maps out. Find out the answer. Is this it? Wow. Very pretty. Oh yeah. And then it's just got a sign there just to confirm. Zheng Genghui 1884. It's a patisserie now. Oh, I'm tempted. I mean, there's so many different types of buildings. That is stunning. As a backpacker going around all these various towns, cities, you can never get enough about the history. You just need to sponge it all in, and this place is just perfect. Now I'm outside the gallery, municipal gallery, built in 1891. You can read it all there. There's a question that if you want to answer, just there. But as you walk around, I mean, I think this is a bus stop, but it's give you a brief history of all the tin mining, a big map of the whole of the town. There's another heritage trail map, but it's so much bigger with everything on it. And then, just as I'm about to leave tomorrow morning, I found out where the tourist information centre is, which is down here. And there's a train. There's more information down there that you can shake a stick at. It's just so much for any tourist, never mind a backpacker. So if this is the tourist information office, I am keen to see what it's like. Now I know that one of my subscribers has told me, Ian Travels, that this is ran by, oh, hold on, Taiping Peace Wall. Oh wow. Wow. But yeah, the Tourist Information Board here is actually not run by the council or the government, state government. This is actually run by themselves. I think that's what he said. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, good. Just so I'm just gonna have a quick look in here. You can't film upstairs. So to book in, you've got a QR code. Just take a QR code. And there's a form online that you fill in name, where you're from, etc. Brief history. Taiping, a model of modern British colonial administration. Taiping was the first capital city of Perak before Ipoh. Couldn't really do a lot of filming in there because the guys got music going a bit too loud, and I couldn't really find the stairs to go up to the top. But I know that I've got still so much to see, and I'm interested in this train down here. In there, they, and it's not really a bad thing, but they're big in Taiping up a lot. with lots of things that it's done, it's seen, it's going to be doing. This place was the first in Malaysia to have a golf course. It's the first place in Malaysia to have a duck farm. From Taiping with love. I have no idea if this is an old train station. Step over. Just looks like a big wheel, and you can just see all over the places signs, lots of signs. The grindstone is used in the manufacture of latex. Say so there. And the Telegraph Museum. Wow. This is beautiful. I mean, it's going to take about 3 hours to read all the signs just around here. And this place was used for postal, sending telegrams to people. Horses in the background there. Wow. They're quite proud of the fact that it's the oldest town in Malaysia. And you've probably noticed it, I've said it a few times. Oldest town in Malaysia. I should say the oldest legal town in Malaysia, not to upset people that are watching it. So I've come out of the main town, big football pitch behind me, and over that way is where the lakes are. So you've got the zoo over there as well, which you would have seen in the previous video. And right over there is a military barracks which is in use. And having served in the military and being in a lot of military barracks, that looks like the original from the 1900s that has never been updated. It's probably got Wi-Fi now, everything inside. And then behind me is the old officers' mess, and that again is still in use by these guys. And these are the 9th Battalion Royal Ranger Regiment. So you got the gubbins here, the little notes. So it was built by the Perak State government for the Malay State Guides in 1906, and it was used by the British officers. And the question there at the bottom, who's known as the father of the Malay State Guides? Get onto Google, find out, please let me know. That was beautiful. Oh. And I would love to have a walk inside, but if it's still being used by the Malaysian military, I'll probably get shot on sight. But we're going to finish off, if I can work out my bearings, that way. And as I'm coming up this road, with the officers' mess just there, you've got all these buildings which look like the original ones, but they look like private properties right now. But I'm heading up to this place, and this is the final one. I've missed out a lot of stuff. And as I'm walking up, there is no path, so I'm trying not to get knocked over. But this is All Saints Church, and I'm hoping that I can get in, but that gate's closed. So the gate is closed, I can't get in. There is a lock on the other side, so I can't sort of accidentally open it. So it's going to have to be from the outside, and it's a shame because it is part of the heritage trail. There's, you've got you know, a map with all the information on it, which I can't see from over here. It's a shame that it's closed. So I've just walked further down. There's another gate down there, but that's locked as well. But All Saints Church, built in 1883, as it says on that little sign there. And this was the first Anglican church in Malaysia. It was primarily used by the British officers and the colonial settlers of the day. And in the background, in fact just there, you can see the gravestones, the graveyard, and it does go on, and it's not just this side, but it's that side as well. And I am surprised that it is shut, because part of history. But with the Gothic style, they've got stained glass windows, and it looks like it's the original church. It's probably not had much done to it in the last, now I was going to try and work that out, 120 odd years, 40 odd years. Wow. And there is more stuff up there, but the clouds are getting a bit darker. This is the official wettest place in Malaysia, and I can feel that it's going to start raining soon, so I think this would be the perfect time for me to end this video. I will be leaving tomorrow morning. Not really sure where I'm going, as usual. I need to sit on a map tonight and have a look. But Taiping, a really interesting place. How long would I recommend anyone coming here to stay? 4 or 5 days, definitely. There is so much to see, and if you get a chance to get a vehicle, then there's stuff on the outside to see as well. There are places that up on the hills, I think it's called Maxwell Place. That's worth going to see, but unfortunately there's been some landslides in the area, which means I wasn't able to go. But I've enjoyed it, been interesting. This place has awoken my adventurous spirit again, and hopefully it'll last a bit longer. So if you've enjoyed this video, all you've got to do is press that like button. If you want to comment on anything, especially if you're not happy with the title of Malaysia's oldest legal town, then comment away. And if you want to see where I go to next, then all you've got to do is press that subscribe button. But until the next time, I'm hoping I'll get back before it starts raining. Bye bye for now.